Right. Sit up straight. Try not to
All
slap.
right, we are live. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us during your lunch hour. We are here with Ida, members from Scott and Sean. They'll be presenting information on mortgage assistance. I will be presenting property tax saving information on exemptions. All right, let's get started. Today's agenda is exemptions, applying for certificate of error, and Ida's mortgage assistance. If you join us at the end of the presentation, we'll be going through our Q&As. Please feel free to enter any questions in the chat and comment section. Property tax saving exemptions that the Assessor's Office offers are for homeowners, veterans with disabilities, persons with disabilities, seniors, and returning veterans. We also have a few additional exemptions called home improvement exemption and long-time occupant. On an average, a homeowner in Cook County can save up to $1,000 with a homeowner exemption. We encourage you to visit our website at cookcountyassessor.com to view the eligibility and as well as the required documents. When applying for exemptions, online application is easy and free, and we are able to provide you, the applicant, with a status. Please keep in mind that exemption application opens in the spring and closes in the late summer. All you need to apply is your name, your email, and the required documents for the exemption. After applying during our spring session, you will see the tax savings reflected on the second installment property tax bill. Many of you have received your second installment and are able to view the savings at the lower left corner of your bill. If you believe you are eligible for an exemption that you did not receive, you are still able to apply. The process is called a certificate of error. When applying for a certificate of error, you're able to apply for the current tax year. We're currently in tax year 2021, and you're able to retroactively apply for the previous 3 years. If you were eligible, you can apply for 2020, 2019, and 2018. Those are savings that you are able to receive a reimbursement check for. Our online application is easy. It is the same as applying for exemption during our spring session. You just need your name, an email, and the required documents. We are here to help. We are able to contact us in person. We have 3 locations in Chicago, Skokie, and Markham. We also have a phone number you're able to reach us at 812-443-7550. And now the presentation over to Sean from IDA. He will go over the mortgage assistance program.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, the Assessor's Office, for having us. We were invited to come and talk about a homeowner assistance fund program that the state is offering to those impacted by COVID. This is the Illinois Homeowner Assistance Fund. Next slide. So the Homeowner Assistance Fund, or ILHAF, is a nationwide. It's offered nationwide in different states. The Illinois version is being administered by the Illinois Housing Development Authority. It is a $10 billion program funded through the American Rescue Plan Act, also known as ARPA, through Congress, and then funded through U.S. Treasury and administered state level. In Illinois, we're providing up to $60,000 in homeowner assistance. This is a totally free program. This is being offered through the state. This is free and legitimate. We would like to caution you, if anybody is offering to help you submit an application for a fee, We are not associated with them. We have partners that will help you submit an application totally free. So beware of anybody who's charging you for this program. We offer homeowner assistance in a variety of ways. So as standalone components, these can be either applied for individually or combined with each other. For primary mortgage assistance or mobile home loans, for property taxes from the tax year 2019 to 2021 only, or association fees. This is your homeowners association, your condo association, any co-ops. We also offer assistance on subordinate mortgages, those that are in the second and third position behind a primary mortgage, property hazard or flood insurance, or mobile home lot rent. These all require that you have a delinquent mortgage that you are also applying for assistance for. So just those items on the left are standalone or combinable with each other. Those items on the right require a delinquent mortgage to be eligible for those pieces. Next slide. General eligibility for our program. You must have, you or your household must have experienced a COVID-related hardship. This is something that began, continued, or worsened after January 21st, 2020. That's fairly broad. That could mean a loss of employment, a reduction in hours, trouble finding a job during the pandemic, an increase in medical expenses. There's a variety of impacts available. You just have to have experienced a hardship, even if it began prior to that date. As long as it continued past January 21st, 2020, it is eligible. The household must be below 150% area median income. So if you go to this website, huduser.gov, you can look up your county and it will give you the AMI limits, the area median income limits for that county. And then you just have to make sure that your household's total annual income, and this is for all income earning adults 18 years and older, is below the 150% cutoff. Above that, you are not eligible. And then otherwise, the property must be located in Illinois. If you're in Cook County, you would be. It has to be a primary residence, owner occupied, that is a 1 to 4 unit building. It includes condos, townhouses, manufactured or mobile homes. If it is a 5 unit or larger building and is not an individual condo, then it would not be eligible. But an individual condo in a large multi-unit building would be eligible. Next slide. So to qualify, we're going to look at a few of the qualification requirements for the different aspects. The first one is the mortgage assistance. You must have a delinquent or past due mortgage. It must have an affordable monthly payment. So we talked about the AMI limit. You must have a household income that is below that 150% AMI, but we are also looking for the household to have a sustainable monthly payment that once we catch you up, you'll be able to continue making payments on. This can be done by checking how much is paid each month to the servicer of your mortgage and comparing that against the monthly household income of all the income earning adults in the household. There are a couple of exceptions to this. If a housing counselor feels that your home payment is affordable despite being over this limit, that may be one way. The other is during the application, if you have enough funding available under that 60,000 cap to be fully brought current, and during the application you ask for 3 forward months payments, then that would be another way to kind of bypass this. The expectation is we're buying you some time to try to get your household income right sized and get back into an affordable payment. Like I said, we've partnered with housing counselors, so if you have questions about that part, they can help you complete the application to request those 3 forward payments. As we said before, you must have a delinquent mortgage that you're requesting assistance on in order to unlock the eligibility for the delinquent subordinate mortgages, the property insurance, both hazard and flood, and the mobile home lot rent components of this program. Next slide. To qualify for the property tax assistance, this is a little bit simpler. It's only for tax years 2019, 2020, and 2021. Reminder, this is tax year. Your 2019 tax year taxes would be due in 2020. Just think of this as those due the year after these tax years. They must be past due prior to the date of your application. So right now, the Cook County second installment of the 2021 taxes are coming due in the near future. Those are not yet eligible if you were to apply today for assistance. They must be past due when you apply. If you've previously applied for our program, we previously had the portal open in April and May of this year. We have it open now and are accepting applications right now. We have loosened some restrictions to try to increase eligibility. So previously, we were not able to help on any property taxes that had been sold. We've loosened that up. If your 2019 or 2020 taxes have been sold, they are still eligible to be assisted with through this program. Previously, if you had any delinquencies or sold taxes from tax year 2018 or older, that also would have made you ineligible to receive the property tax assistance. That has been loosened also. We will no longer disqualify an application because of earlier delinquencies. The last expansion is that previously this used to be a tax-only assistance unless you had a delinquent mortgage. We've loosened that up to say even if your mortgage is current, you can still apply for this. So before you had to have a delinquent mortgage or no mortgage. Now you can apply for this even if you have a mortgage and it's current. If you have a mortgage and it's delinquent, you can still apply with this in conjunction with that mortgage assistance. And if you have no mortgage, then obviously there's no barrier there at all. Next slide. Also new for this program, we've expanded the homeowners association assistance. So previously, the homeowners association, the condo association, the co-op were also locked behind having a delinquent mortgage. We've expanded those into a standalone category. So if your mortgage is current or you have no mortgage, you are still eligible to be able to apply for past due delinquent association fees and dues. These can be combined with a delinquent mortgage that you're requesting assistance for, or the property taxes, if you have past due property taxes from those eligible tax years. But otherwise, if you are current on your taxes or current on your mortgage, you would still be eligible to apply for this association component. Next slide. So generally, some criteria for this program. like I said, your household income, this includes all adults 18 and plus income earning in the household, must be below that 150% AMI area median income limit to qualify. The property must be owner occupied and their primary residence, and it must be located in Illinois. It must be a 1 to 4 unit residential building unless it is a single condo in a larger multi-family property. For the mortgage, it must be past due. It must be affordable unless you are able to apply for the 3 future payments in addition to being brought current. If you are eligible for other loss mitigation, you may not be eligible for the primary mortgage assistance. So if your servicer is willing to offer you a deferment, take the past due balance and create a non-interest bearing subordinate mortgage that you don't have to make any payments on until you fully pay off your mortgage, because that would still be it doesn't change your monthly payment, and because it's not making your payment more expensive, you have another option available that would make you not eligible for the mortgage assistance here. However, if your servicer was offering you like a modification where your payment is going to go up $500 a month, and that's not going to be something you can afford, that won't knock you out. So it depends on what loss mitigation might be on the table. If you have questions, you could talk to one of our housing counselors and they can kind of go through it with you. We are not able to help on our assistance for any open HELOCs. These are home equity lines of credit. If your line of credit is still open, you're able to spend, even if you're topped out currently, the idea that we would pay into that equity to allow you to make payments on that account, it would make that a non-eligible account for assistance. However, if it's closed and you're in a repayment only phase, we make a payment, we get you caught up, but you're still not able to tap into that equity and spend it on the other side, that would be eligible for assistance. We can't help on any jumbo loans. We can't help on contracts for deeds or land contracts or rent to own agreements in this version of this program. For the property taxes, they must be past due prior to the date of your application, and they are only for those tax years 2019 to 2021. And then the association assistance must also be past due prior to the date of your application, and we are only able to pay as far back as that January 2020 date. So if you have older existing association delinquencies, they would be written off of what we could assist with. It won't knock you out of being eligible for that assistance, but it would make it so that it wouldn't be brought fully current. We could only pay back to January 2020. Next slide. Here's a list of some of the required documents. Generally, these are the documents that would be required for any application. We're going to need proof of ownership, proof that you own the property, proof that you reside at that property, that it is your address, is your primary residence, an ID for you as the primary applicant and any co-borrowers on a mortgage, income support and documentation for any adult. Again, this is 18 plus member of the household. If you are applying for the mortgage assistance, then you would have to talk to a housing counselor to receive housing counseling. They'll give you a certificate that you could upload. Alternatively, you could talk to your servicer about loss mitigation and see what options are available to you through loss mitigation with your servicer. And then they should give you a determination letter that you could upload. If you have already been summoned for foreclosure, summoned to court for foreclosure actions, then we are also partnered with legal aid organizations. We'll have more information about them shortly. You can talk to one of those legal aids, and they'll also provide you a letter that you can upload into your file. Any documentation that supports the assistance that you're requesting. So you're asking for mortgage assistance, we need a mortgage statement. If you're asking for the property tax assistance, we need the delinquency bills. If you're applying for the HOA, we need a statement showing what is due and what's past due to that HOA. And then we have a full list of required documents. It goes a little bit more in depth, what sort of documents are acceptable in each of these categories, available on illinoishousinghelp.org. We'll talk more about that website again in some of the coming slides too. Next slide. Oh, all right, thank you. So as if you apply, some things that we want to talk about for the review process real quick. Your application may cycle back through statuses. It may go from ready to be reviewed to in review to being in determination and go back. We may reach out to the servicer. It may indicate that we're doing that and then go back into in review. Generally, reviews are expected to take about up to 120 days, but there are delays that could be run into. So making sure that you submit a full and complete application as much as possible will reduce delays. If we have to reach out and follow up on those documents, that's a pause. We're working with third parties. We're working with housing counselors. We're working with legal aids. We're working with servicers. Unfortunately, everybody is very busy also. And so that may result in some delays. We ask that you not create multiple applications. The more applications, the more we have to look through and try to figure out which is the correct one that we should be moving forward on. Can result in delays if you forgot something or you made an error and you need to resubmit. We do ask that you call our call center to get one of those applications noted as the one that we should disregard. And then kind of talking about the missing documentation. If we are asking for more documents or more clarification, if you're not responding or you're taking the full amount of time to respond, then that also is going to result in some delays. Once approved, it can take up to 30 days for a payment to be applied. We are sending out payments via check and ACH, and the receiver has to first get those funds and then apply them. So it can take a little bit of time on that front. Next slide. So next, we're going to talk about some of the next steps and resources. We talked briefly about illinoishousinghelp.org. That is our way into the application. It has a bunch of information that we haven't covered here about this program. It has a list of the counseling agencies that have partnered with us. That they will provide those HUD counseling sessions for free again. The list of participating legal aid organizations is on there. Again, free legal aid services if you need them to help avoid foreclosure. The list of acceptable documents. We have a spot where you can sign up to receive notifications and updates generally about the program. And then our main application is on ilhalf.ida.org. You can access it through IllinoisHousingHelp.org, and then you can use ilhaf.ida.org to log in and check your status. Your status updates as we make updates on our side, so in real time you can see where your application is at. Next slide. So we've partnered with the housing stability service providers, the housing counseling agencies throughout the state. We have coverage in all 102 counties of the state. 80% of those agencies have Spanish-speaking assistance services. They cover 37 different languages between all the agencies, including American Sign Language. They are helping us provide outreach and informing people in their area about our program. They can answer questions about the program. Other agencies are helping on intake. So they'll be able to help you actually if you need a computer, if you need internet, if you have a question, you're getting stuck on the application. They have the resources to be able to help you get your applications in. Next slide. Again, we've partnered with legal aid partners throughout the state. They are providing their services for this program free to any homeowners who need it. You must have received a court summons related to a foreclosure. For the mortgage assistance, if you owe more than our cap of $60,000, some of these agencies may be engaging with you to see if we can close that gap. If you have a way of closing that gap between $60,000 and what you owe, they can help coordinate that and get the payment to the servicer. Sorry. The list of legal aids is available on IllinoisHousingHelp.org. On the right, you'll see where you would click. So find that picture and where it talks about legal aids and click on the here spot. Next slide, please. All right, so key takeaways and what to do from here. It's important that you take action. If you're in a situation where you're past due on these home-related expenses, they don't just go away. I know it can be scary, but this program exists right now. We are accepting applications till January 31st. We want to help. Please submit an application and let us help as much as we can. Please reach out to one of the agencies if you're applying for mortgage assistance, a HUD counselor, your loan servicer, or legal aid. Do that sooner than later. Everyone's very busy and booked up, and the holidays are coming. So, the sooner the better that you can get on somebody's get on somebody's docket, the better. Please go to IllinoisHousingHelp.org, review the eligibility criteria, start getting your documents together, and you can reach the application through there too. So thank you all again. Thank you, the assessor's office. Thank you, Jennifer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And we look forward to answering your questions in the chat. At the moment, we've answered and provided a few links. We'll be monitoring through the next couple of days. If you have any questions, please reach out. Have a good afternoon.